8:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I want to start out with this. This is only about a minute and a half, and this is from the Bank of Canada. Yes, even though I live in the United States, I like to cover things in all parts of the world. So my brothers and sisters to the north, this goes out to you, and this is something that's very critical for the crypto markets and for what's coming across to the USA in May. So the Canadians, well, just listen to this for a minute and a half, and then we'll get into the charts.
Mentioned off the top of the program was central bank action. Yes, we're watching the Fed. We're also watching the Bank of Canada. It gets to our for what it's worth today, Matt. And everybody around the world is trying to figure out how central banks are going to deal with sky-high inflation. Today in Canada, we saw the central bank raise rates by the most aggressive we have seen at a single decision point in more than 2 decades. And a lot of people expecting they're going to continue on this aggressive path. The Canadian dollar rallying on the news on the belief that possibly they can do these moves and keep the economy afloat. Obviously, that is the key recipe that a lot of folks are watching right now.
You got to wonder, though, John, why they're all working individually rather than trying to make these moves in concert. As you point out, many of the biggest central banks in the world are trying to fight inflation. The ECB, certainly the Bank of England, the Bank of Canada going big now. The Fed needs to go big. I'm not sure, or I'm positive they must talk to each other sometimes behind the scenes, but I'm not sure if they really are planning a concerted effort, and it would make sense since the inflation is global.
Well, look, there was a Trudeau that was once the prime minister in this country who once said living next to the U.S. is like sleeping with an elephant. So it's hard for Canada to ignore whatever the Fed ends up doing this year. But the other factor with this inflation story, Matt, look at oil prices. That's actually helped the Canadian economy as well. So there are some unique aspects, I suppose, that you can pinpoint.
Good morning. Welcome back, everybody, and I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I hope you guys appreciated that opening. We had to talk about that because the Bank of Canada did a 50 basis point rate hike. It was the first time in about 2 decades that they've raised it by 50 basis points at once. So it definitely makes it intriguing for what comes in May for the Fed. I predict at least 50 points, but in the U.S. economy, there is always the chance that they go up 75 basis points. So a little update for everybody, as the people on my Telegram know, my mom fell a couple days ago. She's putting something up. She's 59 years old. And when she fell, her ribs hit the side of the chair that she was standing on, and she broke her 2 lower ribs. And she's in pretty bad shape these last couple days, so I had to make sure she was doing okay. And she's in a lot of pain. She's back home from the hospital, but very swollen, very bruised. Got very lucky she didn't puncture her spleen, which they thought she might have, because she fractured it in half. So the ribs are very painful. I don't know if you guys have broke your ribs, but it's one of the most painful injuries I've had because it protects your internal organs. So it's very painful, very sensitive area. So prayers to my mama. She's doing okay though. She's back home out of the hospital, so that's a good thing. I took yesterday. After that update yesterday afternoon, I decided to not do anything else. I hung out with my mom and made sure she was doing okay. And then I came home and went to bed at 11, recharged the batteries, and I feel great this morning. So I just want to thank everybody who's part of Tom's Army, anybody considering joining Tom's Army, or every one of the almost 10,000 subscribers to the channel. So if you're watching right now and you want to join the other 10,000 subscribers, we only have less than 200 subscribers now to get to 10,000. Can you believe that? Also, if you want to join Tom's Army, we have classes tonight. Tonight's episode 107, so the 107th, the 105th rendition. So, if you want to join the 105th class, join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. Get the exclusive Telegram, and all the other details are in there. Everything else is free. So all you do is you pay $9.99 and you get a whole slew of things for showing me that support. And I would appreciate it because we haven't had a new subscriber in 4 days. And for that, in the last 30 days, we've only had 11 new members of Tom's Army, but we've lost like 27. So we're down to 255 members of Tom's Army. But that is an incredible, incredible amount of people that are supporting me. And I am blessed, humbled, and honored to have each and every one of you a part of this crew. So XRP, like we talked yesterday, it came up, got rejected by this line like we thought it would. And we talked about how it could come up to 71, maybe 72 if it could squeak up, but it didn't squeak up high enough. It kind of came up to this little cup and handle and got rejected. Now we're on the bottom side of the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame, and this can be bad. So basically what can happen here, guys, like I said yesterday, you come up, that's the back test. Now if we do this, that can be considered a right shoulder, and we can come all the way back down to where this started and then figure it out again. Would I be surprised if it came down to make a W before it did anything? If it were to go up, no. Nope. Would I be surprised if it did this? Nope. Because I still think it can come all the way back down here if it gets rejected by this area. It hasn't happened yet. But if we can't get up and say, do something like this in the next day or two, you're going to end up taking that down route, and it's not going to be a pretty thing. But right now, I mean, stochastic, we created a W, which means if we want to come up and make a quick shot here, depending on how this works, it's either going to, the stochastic's going to go out of control when it gets there and we're going to have to come down, or we're going to find some buyers. If we find some buyers, find some volume, I wouldn't be surprised to see us come back up and retest 78 cents. But we got to find some buyers to get back into this small area of consolidate. Like, we need to get back into this area where it's almost like let me show you. It's almost like you get into here and you start to consolidate, right? It's like a big consolidation zone. But until it breaks one way or another, you got a lot of people holding here, and it makes it very, very interesting, because when you got people holding just above here, never got a chance to retest it, you got a lot of people holding the bag even in this area. So a lot of times you got to come back up and at least part way back up, and that's what we're doing. Do I necessarily think it's 100% done right now? No, but in the 4 hourly, we are angled down on the stochastic. So it's never a good sign. XLM, a little bit different than XRP. It's on the top side of this ascending triangle. So XLM came up here. Now if it uses this to support, you'd at least expect a little bit of a hookup. But as long as we stay up here for XLM, we're actually in better shape than XRP, being above this ascending triangle. However, XRP has dumped down more, as to where we've gotten a little bit of support here on XLM. The problem is we fell below the 30-day. I mean the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame. That's bearish in the immediate short term. Now this can just be a consolidation dump, but what we don't want to see here with XLM, if you're in it, what I want to see, but if you're in it, last thing you want to see is it start to do something like this and then have to retest. That's what you don't want to see. What you want to see, this is perfectly natural on a bull flag. You want it to bounce down here. Hell, it can even come here and then bounce up and then take off. That's what you want to see. You want to see this area used as support. What you don't want to see is this area used as resistance like that. You want it to stay above and not come back below. If it goes below, you know that this is going to end up turning into a right shoulder, and it's very simple to diagnose. Very, very easy this morning. XDC, same thing. You got the 556 resistance it came up to, and it's getting smacked by. Now, it's holding the 20-day, but if we can't hold this, it'll come farther down. But right now, this is behind. So I would expect XDC, even if it comes down here, I'd expect XDC to at least test this area again at 5.6. I don't think it can avoid that. It could come all the way back up to 6.1 for all we know and retest that drop point. But right now, 5.52 is a resistance area, and if we can't break that, we got to come back down to like that 5.3, 5.38 area. So watch that very carefully. Most of the market's looking pretty much the same this morning, so I think we're on top of this. DGB, bottom side of that uptrending support, and now it's being used as resistance. Fell below the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame. We're below that resistance line, but that doesn't mean we can't come up. We're on a little bit of a bull flag here, and if we were to pull up, we'd come up to about right there. So if we pull up, we're coming to about 25.22, and if we break down, we're coming down to 2176. XRP Future Millionaire. Hit that motherfucking like button. I want to see 100 likes per video. If for any other reason, it's free, it's easy, and all you have to do is hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, help me hit 10,000 subscribers. Merchandise comes at 10,000. I get offered that by YouTube, so we have less than 200 subscribers for that. Join Tom's Army. Get the exclusive Telegram. It's a place of humbleness. It's a place of awesomeness. And it's a place where you can come talk to me. If you want to ask me something, come in here, talk to me. We have 258 members, 16 people online right now, bright and early on this Tuesday morning. And we can all get on the same page, get the classes there, and many, many, many more things. Stay blessed, everybody. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point? So, this is from my meme genius, UB2B. Please join Tom's army. Tom needs new snowshoes. UB2B. I sure do. I gotta go to... Let's see, UB2B. Actually, I think he sent me... Was it on here or was it on... Yep. UB2B, I appreciate all of these as well. We got a couple new ones here. Nope, we've already done that one. XRP Future Millionaire, the greatest American hero. Join Tom's army. UB2B. We did that one. Don't believe the hype. We are the FUD brothers. Well, maybe you, a millionaire XRP, is going to the moon. Jump on our rocket now. Whoop. It only leads to a sore ass. UB2B. Develop your foresight. Join Tom's army. UB2B. I can't get over all of these. These are so awesome. UB2B, I so appreciate you, brother. I really do. Remember, guys, stay true to yourself. Stay blessed and stay true. Because if you don't stay true to yourself, you're going to give in to everybody else. And then you're not going to be yourself. And there's nothing worse than being a facade. So remember, no phonies. Be real. Hashtag be better, do better.